Hello gaming and welcome back to Star Trek Online. Alright, Kamarka needs our help. We need to help her out, so let's begin beneath the skin. Apparently Jaula's officially made it back to the future. Or, not back to the future, has officially made it to the future. Let's see if we can stop her.
Oh, thank you for coming, my friend. Things were looking quite grim before your arrival. The Mokai vessels attacked without warning. Be mindful of their flagship. It has a superweapon of unknown origin, and it is devastating.
Both of them to attack Andoria in the heart of the Federation.
Indeed. We'll need to act fast if we're going to save Andoria.
Very well. What can you tell us about the Raiders?
The Mokai ships are old, but they've been retrofitted with modern technology. Matriarch Jaula has been busy since her arrival from the 23rd century. Look, this cowardly attack took us by surprise. We need to deal with these raiders before that superweapon gets turned on my homeworld. Agreed?
Agreed. We're moving to assist. Alright, there we go. So much for my ambush attempt. They're using their intelligence stuff. Anytime I see those numbers counting down on me, it means they're using intelligence-related, abilities. Okay, drop out. There we go. Needed the ambush, that's what we were going for. Oh, forgot to do some summoning. There we go. Sorry, I've been playing, what's it called? Oblivion remake. And because of that, I've got a build that focuses on summoning, so...
We assist. Our engines are damaged. We'll join as soon as we can.
Of course. Dorian escort. Please take you out. There we go.
The fleet needs your help more than we do.
Okay, moving on. Let's head over here. Actually, let's cloak, and then head over there. To Lucara. We know her well. Uncloak, please. Thank you. Summon our other ships. Alright, Lucara. What have you been up to in the years you've been vanished? Remember, we haven't actually faced Jaula until today. Everything we've done up until now has been simulations. She doesn't know who we are.
That new Mokai weapon is tearing our ships apart.
Here it comes. So the reason why she was lost to time is because she tried to fire that weapon and it wasn't perfected. Now we know what it is. It is a mycelial weapon. Opens rifts to the mycelial realm.
It has created a massive spatial rift. Something powerful in the past.
The flagship is launching probes into the rift.
Of course it is.
Not we can't. Now, leave the system. Back to the work.
And there they go. Alright, situation update, please.
We've driven off the Mokai, but they left a very disturbing problem in their wake. We're not exactly sure what that rift is, or what it's capable of. I need answers to those questions. Andoria is my home, and I won't let it come to harm on my watch.
We'll get to the bottom of this, Captain. Alright, scan the rift.
My readings are showing a distinct biological presence with qualities similar in many ways to that of fungi. Very intriguing. I'm afraid astromycology is not my specialty. I believe we'll need to consult with an expert in the field if we're to solve this riddle quickly.
Experts in astromycology are uncommon.
I realize the scientific aspects of the rift are fascinating, but let's not forget this thing appeared as a result of Ja'ula firing her new weapon. It's not benign. It's meant to do harm. The way I see it, this rift is a ticking time bomb, and we need to shut it down before it explodes. Period.
I agree.
My science team has isolated a series of research files that could help us. They're old. From the mid-23rd century. Interesting. A good number of them are classified by Starfleet Command. At the highest level.
Why would Starfleet classify astromycology research?
That's a damn good question. Not sure I want to know the answer. Look, finding an astromycologist from this century and getting them up to speed on this will take time, and we don't have a lot of that. I propose we create a holographic simulation of the author of these files and put it to work on the problem.
Sounds like a plan, Captain.
Good. Let's meet here on the Hoffman. I'll talk to Starfleet about gaining access to these research notes. See you soon.
Give me a moment, Captain. No, on my way. Tried to trick me.
Welcome aboard. Hope you're ready to go to work, because we have a lot of work to tackle and very little time to do it in.
Any updates on the rift?
Some. My people believe we're looking at some kind of quantum-level mycelial thread. Basically a giant extra-dimensional fungus. A giant extra-dimensional fungus that somehow serves as a portal into another plane of existence.
So how do we close this portal?
We're working on that with you, the Lucari, and hopefully the hologram we're about to deploy. Let's hope they have the data we need to get the job done.
To the holodeck then. My away team can meet up when we know what we're doing next.
Okay, let's get started. I'll initiate the basic holomatrix while you upload and integrate the relevant personality and research data.
Understood. Okay.
Okay, merging your data with the core holomatrix. Now, computer, initiate program Papa Sierra 1.
Starfleet. I should have known. There's no
Paul
way in hell I'm
Stammins.
letting you weaponize my work. Also, I don't appreciate being kidnapped, drafted, whatever this is.
Damn it. The simulation isn't accessing data from his Starfleet career. Computer, initiate full security override on my authority.
Hello? Is your universal translator working? Anyone? Who's in charge here? You? It's you, isn't it?
That should do it. Computer, reinitialize program.
There he is.
Please state the nature of the mycelial emergency.
Well played. Holographic Paul Stammins.
You know, I was afraid something like this would happen. I told Strahl that our work could get twisted into some sort of weapon. I never expected the Klingons would be the ones doing the twisting.
There's a transdimensional portal that seems fungal in nature.
Give me a second. Reviewing your current data. Got it. Okay, we need to know more about the probes this time-traveling Klingon fired into the mycelial network. I'll run some simulations, see what I can find out.
What can you tell us about the mycelial network?
It's a subspace realm that spans the entire multiverse. That's our universe and all other quantum realities all connected to the network. The network contains the roots of a certain type of fungus, and if you know how, you can use the spores of that fungus to access the network. I'm one of the few people to figure out how to do that, by the way. I'm assuming that's why I'm here now.
Among other reasons, yes.
The Discovery was equipped with a Spore drive, and with it we were able to travel immense distances almost instantaneously, thanks to the network. It wasn't always an exact science, though. You weren't careful, you could wind up in another dimension, or another time.
I see. Glad we're able to call on your expertise.
All right, any more questions, or shall we get back to work?
Let's see, how dangerous is Ja'ula's weapon?
I need more data on this Klingon superweapon, but if I were to guess, I'd say it's meant to disrupt a localized section of the network. That disruption, in turn, damages the corresponding section in our universe. Problem is, damage in the mycelial network tends to spread and grow in magnitude. Unchecked, this type of attack could spread through the entire network, which would be very bad.
Exactly how bad are we talking about here?
Bad on an apocalyptic scale. Simply put, if she keeps doing this, she could bring an end to all life in all universes.
Understood. I feel the stakes have just been raised considerably.
All right, any more questions, or shall we get back to work?
Let's get to work. Computer, configure mycelium research laboratory.
Nice touch. I'd have been fine with a lab from this century, but it's the thought that counts, I suppose. I'm gonna run some calibration tests. I'll need you to handle the radiation and spore saturation levels.
How will that work?
I'll start the calibration, then the monitors will show you the level of radiation and spore saturation in the chamber. You'll need to adjust it up or down as we go. Don't let it get too high or too low. If the levels go out of bounds, I'll have to reset the simulation. That's annoying, so don't do it.
Got it. Watch the radiation and spore levels, use the appropriate console to keep them in the safe range until the simulation completes. Computer, begin mycelium research simulation. Let's see, okay. Both in the green. This one needs to go down by 20. There we go. That one seems to be fine. You just want to give me trouble, don't you? Let's put you down by 10.
The simulation is picking up speed. Stay sharp.
Whoa! Up by 20. Down by 20. Let's do down by another 10. You need to go up by another 10, 20.
Spore saturation is getting low. Turn it up.
Sorry, I went the wrong direction. Let's do another 20. You need to go down by 20.
High. Get it down. All right, we're good here. Let me take a look at the results. Interesting. First thing, we can use the rift to transport into the mycelial network, which is good because we need to go there to figure out what this Ja'ula is up to.
Come again?
Sorry, got ahead of myself there. I'm detecting radiation coming from the rift of a type unique to 23rd century Klingon tech. It's probably coming from those probes Ja'ula shot into the network. Whatever they're doing in there, it's probably not for the benefit of life, the universe, and everything.
Ah, I like the reference. Understood. Next moves? This is a reference to, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Sounds like we need to send an away team into this mycelial network to gather more data on the problem and deal with whatever House Mokai is doing there. I'll set up a mobile emitter so Stamets here can go along. I have a feeling we'll need his expertise on the other side of that rift.
Understood. Let's do it. Computer end program.
All right, transporter's ready and standing by to beam you into the mycelial network. I took the liberty of sending your ship the adjustments. Your away team will be ready to join you there. Just say the word when you're ready to go.
We're ready. We'll contact you if anything goes wrong.
Good luck in there. We'll be monitoring from here. Energize.
Well, we made it. Welcome to the mycelial network.
Welcome to the mycelial network.
Thank you. I just said that.
Alright, we don't have a lot of time. Between her weapon and whatever tech she's put in here, Ja'ula's done a lot of damage. We need to put a stop to it before it gets too far gone. Let's head toward those Klingon energy signatures. Seems like a good place to start.
Something's stinging me. What is that?
That would be the Jasep. They're a sentient, spore-based colony life form. My records indicate they act to decompose any material that's alien to the mycelial network, like you, for example. Adjust your personal shields to this setting. It should protect you from their nibbling.
Alright.
Whatever's happening with that Mokai tech hasn't spread here. Not yet, anyway. Take some samples from healthy spore clusters. We'll need them for comparison studies later.
Of course. Healthy spores.
You really can't appreciate this place until you see it for yourself.
Of course.
This is serious. If the network is damaged beyond repair, it could end all life, everywhere.
I understand. That's why we're in here. Alright.
Hold your fire. I'm pretty sure she comes in peace.
What do you know? How did I not realize that Patel keeps coming back?
Outsiders, I am of the Jasep. We are people of this realm. We have met people of your realm before. Many of them have traveled here. Others from your realm have sent things that are hurting us. You must make this stop.
Patel? How is this possible? I saw you
I
die.
created this form to give the Jasep voice, to communicate with you. Based on your memories, Patel is compassionate, idealistic, someone who protects, someone like the Jasep.
I see. We appreciate the gesture.
We waste time. Strange devices have been brought here. They make the fungus sick. They are making the yield tree bloom.
We came to help if we can.
This yield tree she's talking about is bad news. The Jasep aren't fond of it, and with good reason. Its bark is toxic to them.
How did this happen, Patel?
There was a tear in the sky, and a device came through it from your realm. It gives off strange light and heat at all times. This is what brings the sickness and the poison. We know it. The device is deeper in the forest. I will take you to it, but you must stop it. You must.
We'll do what we can.
Let's get moving. Looks like this device is deeper in the mycelial forest. Watch for visible signs of fungal corruption and yield tree growth. The more we see, the closer we'll be to the problem.
Understood. Alright, here we go.
We can use this to move quickly. It will let us travel through the network to another part of the realm.
I see. Go to the next node. Whee! Oh, hey!
Interesting. This might be a tardigrade birthing ground. Try not to scare the little ones, okay? I don't think we'd survive an encounter with an angry adult tardigrade, let alone several.
Few scans won't hurt. We don't know a lot about them.
Liquid sources here may tell us more about them as well. Tardigrades can put themselves into a desiccated state to survive without water, but they still need it to remain active and to grow. Take a sample from the center of the pool. That should provide useful information.
Right, let's scan the little ones and the water source. Hello there, little guy.
Interesting. Even baby tardigrades are extremely tough.
Of course. Why must you run from me?
The tardigrades are of the realm. They live in harmony within the forest.
Yes, they do. We only need one more, so if one of you two would stop, there we go.
These
Thank
radios
you.
could be very helpful to us here. Understanding this ecosystem may be the key to healing it.
Agreed, but we need to press on. We're still gonna scan the water. And in fact, I'm gonna go all the way over here to do it, because the arrow is pointing over here. Alright, take fluid sample.
The fluid sample shows a high level of nucleotides and proteins. This serves not only as a liquid source for the local flora, but also a nutrient carrier. These proteins include compounds associated with the formation of neurotransmission and memory.
So the fluid is part of a nervous system within the network.
It's possible that the liquid carries information in the form of protein compounds, and that specific fungi may release chemicals into the fluid that allow for widespread communication.
Then the mycelium roots are roots and vessels, while the waterways are neuron-like. Alright. Now we're heading to the next part. Okay, Patel. Take us to the next node. Whee! Flying through the universe.
Look, see that? That's definitely not Klingon tech. It's running clean, too. No radiation or harmful emissions. Whatever it is, it's not part of the problem here. I'd like to take a closer look, if you don't mind.
Not at all. I'd like to know more about it myself.
Curiouser and curiouser. This is Alachi tech. I wonder what they're doing in here. This device appears to collect spores floating in the atmosphere. Based on what we know about Alachi, I think it's collecting food for them.
The Alachi? Perhaps they have a connection with the network.
Alachi are, like the Jasep, part of this realm. They lived here before they went to serve and fight in your realm. Now some of them have returned.
The Alliance will want to know about this.
Maybe. The Alachi don't have a lot of friends in the Alliance. I'd be worried about this information falling into the wrong hands. The last thing this place needs is a bunch of well-armed types stomping around looking for payback from the Alachi.
A valid point.
Incoming!
Something's wrong with the Alachi. They have the sickness.
They have the sickness. Stop the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Alright. Whatever they did to me, I don't like it. There we go. Ah, the anaphasic entity.
Those Alachi were of the realm, but they were sick. Toxic, like the yield tree. Their devices were corrupt as well. If we cannot cure the Alachi, we must cull them from the realm before the sickness spreads.
Understood. We'll help them if we can. Alright.
You see? Look. Look here. It is corrupted. The device makes it grow in a strange, toxic way, and it spreads the sickness.
We must be getting closer to the device. Why must you always give me a cutscene right when we're approaching an enemy? By the time we get out of the cutscene, they're all dead already. Okay. Scans of corruption.
Lots of yield tree growth here. That's not a good thing. The corruption is getting stronger.
Indeed it is. Alright, moving forward. This looks like a Alachi base of operations. Mostly because there's a ton of Alachi around it. Okay, you eat that, Alachi tardigrade. Okay, scan the corrupted fungi. And one more scan of the corrupted fungi.
This fungi is being mutated by Hark-Peng radiation. Not good.
Harpang! We used those torpedoes. to defeat the super weapon, the Doomsday Machine.
Looks like this used to be an Alachi research outpost. They were starting to build defense systems in response to incursions from our space. That you can't guess who was responsible for those.
Jaula. So the Alachi were trying to deal with this problem as well.
Unfortunately, the radiation from Jaula's tech had a negative effect on the Alachi. They began to mutate, and their higher brain functions started to deteriorate. Looks like a team decided to head deeper into the network to deal with the problem. There aren't any coherent entries of that.
I'm guessing they failed. Jaula's tech is still operational.
We must go deeper into the network, toward the source of the corruption.
Very well, Patel. Let's keep moving. She's already off. Alright, to the next node.
The device is close, you see? The yield trees, the corruption, they have spread through this area. Find the next node and jump. The source of the sickness must be in the next area.
Alright, moving on. So we gotta find the next conduit. Okay, this is the one. This is the one where everything changes. Alright.
Something's wrong here. The radiation has mutated the hyphae grouping in this conduit. I can't compute its dynamic output ranges and adjust to compensate for the mutation. Long story short, we're stuck.
Patel, is there something you can do here?
No, the sickness has damaged it too much. I cannot speak to it and make it work. It must be navigated by the stamets, the living stamets.
What could the living stamens do differently than this one?
The living stamens, the one who came here before, was part of the network, connected. He touched it with his mind. The living stamets could feel the flow of the network. That is how he guided his ship home through it.
Feel? You mean intuition? The living stamens guided discovery with intuition.
Yes, but this stamets does not think the same way. It thinks like a machine, not like the living.
Can we teach the stamens to think that way?
The memories and essence of the stamets from before are within the network. We may be able to bring them forth for you, so you can merge them with this stamets. What you need is within what grows here, and the fluid that connects and sustains it.
Let's start collecting what we need. Okay. So we collect the fluid.
The mycelial forest is a vast network, much like your computers. All you need to do is bring the memories you want to the surface.
How would I do that?
The water connects all the growth. Use it to compel the fronds to blossom and release the memories you see. Watch carefully. When the fronds bloom, collect the spore memories from them.
Use the fluid to send the memories to the flora and interact with it to collect the memories. The memories will be accessible for a limited time. Understood, let's hope this works. Okay, so collect the fluid.
Quickly, go collect the spores before they dissipate.
Alright. Collect the spores. Collect the spores. There we go.
You will need to collect more of the fluid.
I'm aware. Fortunately, we're under attack. Alright. Oh, there's still more of them.
You will need to collect more of the fluid.
I understand. I will collect more of the fluid. I wanted to take care of all of the bad guys first. Sorry, Alachi. I'm gonna summon this, because it'll be helpful. Did I not collect the fluid?
You will need to collect more of the fluid.
I collected the fluid. Why isn't it collected?
Quickly, Go collect the spores before they dissipate.
Alright. There we go.
You will need to
I
collect
see
more
you.
fluid.
Alright, let's take out this last guy. I assume he's the last guy. Alright, and we're gonna end it here. Thank you, Gaming, so much for joining me today, and as always, please like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel out when you do that. Help me defeat the Algatsuki, and we'll come back to this next time. As I always have to say at the end of these videos, don't get assassinated!